This
I have
conference will now be recorded.
right. So DOM. What is our topic? Okay. Hmm. దేంట్లో యూట్యూబ్ లో గ్రూప్ లోనా okay, so basically DOM. So what exactly I mean by DOM? So DOM stands for document object model. Okay, so what we need to understand with this document object model is, now whenever you create a file, let's say whenever you create a file, so there will be HTML. So HTML is basically the root. HTML is basically what? The root. Okay. So under that HTML root, let's say you have the header. Okay. So let's say you have the header, right? So under the head again, okay. So under the head again, so what you will have title. So you will have title. Okay. So you will have title. Okay. And under the head, you can also have some kind of link. Okay, so you can also have some kind of link means it can be src link, or I mean it can be css link, it can be any link. And under the head you can also have the script. Okay, so you can also have the script. So like this, html is the root, I mean under html you will have head, and under the title again you will have some text. Yes or no? Under the title you have some text. So under script you have some js file. So under link you have some css file like this. Okay, so html also contains, let's say, body. Okay, html also contains what? Html also contains body. Okay, html may also contain body. So under html you will have body. So under body again you will have something like h1. Okay, so you may have something like div. So what is this basically? So this is called a DOM tree. What is this called? This is called a DOM tree. So DOM tree means document object model tree. Okay, so what is DOM tree here? Document object model tree. Getting my point? Okay. Now HTML object, head object, body object, you can also call them as objects. You can also call them as objects. So that's what the basic idea. Now let's see some point. When a page is loaded, okay, so when a page is loaded, what a browser will do? Browser will create a document object model of the page. What it creates? It creates the, whenever you are creating a html page, what does it what does the browser do? Browser will create a DOM object. What does the browser do? Browser will create a DOM object. Okay, so DOM means document object model. Document object model. So what does it do? It will create a document object model of that particular page. Okay, right. So with that object model, with this object model, what JavaScript will get? JavaScript will get the power of creating dynamism. Creating dynamism. Okay, so JavaScript is made for dynamism, no? JavaScript is made for dynamism. Okay, so the dynamism will be given to the page by this particular DOM. That is particular DOM. Okay, what do I mean by dynamism basically? So the dynamism is nothing but we can change all the elements in the page. What we can do? We can change the elements in the page. Okay, we can change the attributes in the page. We can change the attributes in the page. Okay, elements we can change. So now, for example, if you remember PID, so now PID is equal to demo we did, right? So PID is equal to demo. So there is nothing here. But in the page, what we can do, we can print some hello. We can print some hello. No. So what we are doing, we are changing the element. We are changing the element. So you can even change the attribute. You can even change the styles. you can remove the existing elements. You can remove the existing elements. You can add new elements. Basically, you can add new elements. So you can add some events. You can add some events to the elements. So all this is possible with the help of what? With the help of the DOM. With the help of the DOM. So with the help of the DOM, all these are possible. So what exactly is DOM? DOM is a W3 standard. W3 means World Wide Web Consortium. What is that? World Wide Web Consortium. So W3C. Okay, so DOM is a W3C. W3C in the sense World Wide Web Consortium standard. Yes or no? Okay. What is this? It is a standard for what? Accessing the HTML documents. It is standard for accessing which documents? HTML documents. So if somebody is asking you to define a DOM, okay. So if somebody is asking you to define a DOM, you can say DOM is a platform. DOM is a platform. So platform and language neutral interface. It's a language neutral interface. So DOM is not basically depending on Python, Java or anything else. It is language neutral. It is language neutral. So this means it can be available for all the browsers. So this browser is not understanding. Things like that won't be there. Every browser will support. Okay. So it is a language neutral interface. So which what it will allow? It will allow the scripts. Okay, so it will allow the scripts to do the changes. Okay, so to what are the changes that I can do? I can change the elements, I can update the elements, I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. Okay, so basically we will look at core DOM, XML DOM and HTML DOM. So but we are concerned with HTML DOM. So we are not worried about core DOM, XML DOM and all, but we are worried about HTML DOM. So HTML DOM means, okay, so HTML elements are objects. Now head is an object, title is an object, H1 is an object, P is an object, everything is an object. Okay, so every object will have the properties and it will have the methods and all those kind of stuff. Okay, right. So all these theoretical things you can easily understand. But what are the things that we need to understand over here? So we need to find the HTML element. So how we can find the HTML element? We have the first thing, the first property. So these are all the properties. Okay, these are all the properties by which you can access the HTML element. Okay, what is the first one? Get elements by ID, get elements by name, get elements by tag name, get elements by class name, and the query selector. So you also have query selector all. Okay, that one I'll tell you. And before all this, so we need to understand inner HTML. So already you work with inner HTML, isn't it? So inner HTML, inner text, something similar. Okay, so I don't want to go further. You can check it out. Okay, now first we will understand about the get element ID. So what does this get element ID will say? Get element ID will take so what get element ID will do? It will take the element from a message. Okay, so what is this message? Message is the ID. What is the message here? Message is the ID. Okay, let's design this actually. Okay, so once we design this, we will understand perfectly. Okay, so we'll go to Visual Studio. So script can be anywhere. Script can be anywhere. Okay, now what we will do is, so inside the script, we will design. Okay, so inside the script, what we will do is, so we will design. Okay, so we will design const is equal to, okay, so const x is equal to, okay, now whenever you load HTML page, it is called as a document. It is called as a document. What it is called as? It is called as the document. Just a second. Okay, so now what we are going to do? So we are going to so so we are going to access. Okay, so what we are going to do? So we are going to access the message. Okay, access the message. Who is the message? Message is nothing but this ID. Message is nothing but this ID. Okay, so you are going to access message, and that message we will change with this particular message. Okay, whatever the content is there here, we can change that content with this particular content. Okay, so that we will do. So we'll say constant x is equal to document dot get element by id. Okay, now I want to get the element of id from msg. So what is msg, sir? Msg is a paragraph. So pid is equal to msg. Okay, so here I am in the paragraph. So what is my aim now? My aim is to change. So constx is equal to document dot get element by id msg. So now what is my aim? My aim is to change this line. So what I'll say? I'll say x dot inner html is equal to now I will be there. X dot inner html. So you just try to update that. You try to update that msg with this particular line. Okay, so let me save this and go for the debugging. Okay, so what we can observe here? So now what is there here? I am in the paragraph. Okay, I am in the paragraph. So now what I'll do here is I will go for, okay, so I'll go for a uh, click of the button. So if I go for a click of the button, I can change it. Okay, so how I can do that? I can say, okay, okay. So I can say now, for example, so a paragraph. So now what I'm doing, I'm trying to change that to this with the help of a button click. Okay, with the help of a button click. Okay, so now I will be there should be done with the help of a button click. Okay, so if I want a button click, what I can do? I have to create a function. I have to create a just a change I want to do from there. Okay, so what I'll say constant. Okay, so button is equal to arrow function. So yesterday we learned arrow function, isn't it? So we can go for the arrow function. So what does arrow function do? So arrow function will do this. Okay, arrow function will do this stuff. So what is that stuff arrow function is going to do? It is going to do this. Okay, it is going to do this. Okay, so now I will create a button. I'll create a button. Button on click is equal to I will ask the button to be executed. How a button to be executed? This is arrow function. So this total function is assigned to btn. This whole total function is assigned to btn. Okay, so btn, and I will say change. Okay, I'll say change. So once you run this and save this, okay, now what happened? When I say change? What happened? So what was there actually? I am in the paragraph was there, right? What is there? I am in the paragraph is there. Now I click on change means, what happened? I click on change means I am there in the paragraph is changed to now I will be there. How? because what is this actually? This is a function. This is a function. So we know we don't have to write. So nowadays we don't have to write function, function name. No need to write all that. So directly I can write the arrow function. Directly I can write the arrow function. So simply I'm writing the arrow function. Okay. So here, okay. So simply I'm writing the arrow function, and whenever I'm saying change, now automatically the text got changed. Automatically the text got changed. So that's the way we are going for the, we are going for which function this is? Arrow function. Which function? Arrow function. Now what is happening in the background actually? Okay. Now what you can see basically, whatever there is the body, whatever there in the body. So what is there in the body? Tell me. What is there in the body section? What is there in the body section? You have a paragraph, you have a button. So what is there in the body section? You have a paragraph and you have a button. What is paragraph made of? Paragraph is made of an ID. Paragraph is made of an ID. Paragraph space ID is equal to MSG. I am in the paragraph. I am in the paragraph. Yes. Okay. Now that will be printed onto the screen. Yes. Yes or no? Okay. Bottom, what is there? Button is there. When somebody is clicking on this button, what should happen? When somebody is clicking on this button, what should happen? Button function should be called. Yes, what should be called? Button function should be called. Where is the button function? Button function is in the script. Is in the script. Who is script? JavaScript. Who is script? Understand the flow. Flow is important. So button. So what is BTN going to do? BTN is going to have document.getElement MSG. What is document.getElement by ID MSG? You are holding P object. You are holding which object? You are holding the P object. You are holding the P object. So P object you are holding. Yes, P object you are holding. Now what is there in X? In X you have the P object. In X what you have? You have the P object. Yes or no? Okay. What is P object containing literally? P object is containing some data. What is the data? I am in the paragraph something. Yes. Okay. Now next what should happen? X dot inner HTML. What is inner HTML? Whatever change I want to do, whatever change I want to do in that paragraph, that inner HTML will help me out. So X dot, X means P. P text should change to what? P text should be changed to now I will be there. Now I will be there. Am I clear? Yes or no? Yes. Now I click on change. Now what happened? What happened? The P object changed or not? That is DOM for you. What DOM can do? DOM can access the elements. Elements means P element, H1 element, div element. All those are elements only. DOM can access the elements. Is it accessing or not? How it is accessing? Get element by ID. It is accessing point number one. Development element can change. Can change. So what it is changing? It is changing P or not? Yes or no? Am I clear or not? So what we are doing here? We are accessing the paragraph. We are accessing the paragraph and we are making changes to the paragraph. We are making changes to the paragraph. Yes or no? Yes, I'll give everyone to create this. Only 2 minutes of time I'll give. Make it fast. Make it fast. Okay, not more time I can give because online people are thinking that that is time waste. Okay, so that's why I cannot give more than that. Just 2 minutes for every problem I'll give. Just make it fast because you have Visual Studio now on hand, so it will help you to code. Now style sheet and all not required here. Don't worry about this. While typing, you understand the flow also. That is important. No need of external or anything. In this only you can do. So this is also a function only. Don't think that it is something else. It is also a function, and this is called as which function? Arrow function. What function this is? Arrow function. So this is arrow operator. Okay. So get habituated to arrow operator because it is very, very important. You are getting the element by ID. Finished? Okay. Flow you understood? Okay, once again flow. What will be seen on the screen, on the browser? Tell me. What will be seen on the browser? Body part. Yes or no? What will be seen on the browser? Body part. So what body part contains here? Flow once again. Maybe some people join now. Flow once again, very important. Body part. What is there in the body? Paragraph element is there and button element is there. Try to talk in these terms now. P is a paragraph element. Button is a button element. What is paragraph element doing? Paragraph element is printing I am in the paragraph. Yes? Yes or no? Okay. Then what is its identification? Its identification is MSG. Its identification is MSG. If you want to hold that paragraph element, who will help? ID will help. Who will help? ID will help. This is just the text. This is just the content. Content, we are not worried. Content is not important there. How we can hold that element? How we can hold that element? We can hold that element with ID, with class. Class ID, remember in CSS, same thing. So I am going to use that ID later. Fine. Now button. What does this button do? Button changes just the texture. Changes just the texture. But when you click on that button, what will happen? When you click on that button, btn function will be called. Who is called? Btn function will be called. Who is btn function? Btn function is a function which is created in the script. Which is created in the script. So what is btn function all about? Btn function is all about creating a x variable. Creating which variable? X variable. So x variable const x means what? X is fixed. You can't change x. You can't change x. Am I clear up to here? Yes or no? You can use let, you can use var, you can use x is equal to. But when I'm using const, what do you have to think of? You have to think of like it is a fixed value. It is a fixed value. You can't change it. You can't change it throughout your JavaScript. Yes or no? Simple programming terminology. Yes. Okay. Now what is X holding? X is holding MSG. How it is tracking? It is tracking by the property called get element by ID. It is tracking by property called get element by ID. So you are accessing that MSG by using what? Get element by ID. Get element by ID. If the ID, suppose if I am creating some divs, something here. Okay. So I will create some div. ID is equal to something like DFR. Okay. Okay. Something like DFR. Now, in order to capture this div, what I should do? I want to capture the div. What I should do? What I should say? What I should say? I can go for one more variable. No, I can go for one more variable. What I can say? Constant y is equal to get element by id dfr. It is as simple as that. Yes. What I can say? I can say what I can say? Get element by id dfr. Am I clear? Yes or no? Okay. Now I am capturing that. Now I am capturing that. Okay, now what I will do? X dot inner HTML. X dot inner HTML. So X dot inner HTML. Actually, paragraph is containing some text. But what is inner HTML doing? It is altering that text. It is altering that text. So how it is altering that text? By using inner HTML dot inner HTML property. Which property? Dot inner HTML property. So X means what? P. P is inner HTML. You get assigned to. You get assigned to what? Now I will be there. All this should happen when? When you click the button. When you click the button. Is it clear? Is it simple to understand? Yes or no? So that's how it goes. Okay. Whenever you want to use get element by ID, this is the way that you can use. Okay. Next. Next you have get elements by name. Get elements by name. Okay. Now, if you understand this HTML, now tell me what is this document? What is this document all about? What is this document all about? Okay. Let me put it over here. Okay. Let me put it over here in our HTML, the body part. Okay. I'll save your time and my time. Now tell me. Tell me. I think you have learned all these things. Radio button. Radio button, remember? Okay. So very poor. Radio button. What is the specialty of radio button? Specialty of radio button. Any one only you can select. Any one only you can select. Coding wise? Coding wise, remember the names will be same. The names will be same. Names will be exactly the same. Now, how many properties, how many elements are there here? Very poor element, okay element, and good element, and very good element. Five input elements are there, right? Each of them is having type radio. Each of them is having different values. Each of them is having different IDs. Yes or no? But each of them is having the same name. Why, sir, like that? When you send this information to the server, see, basically, you have to send the information to the server only, no? Yes or no? When you want to send the information to the server, how many options must go to the server? Only one option, no? Radio button means only one option you'll give. That one option will go by which name? Name is equal to rate. Name is equal to rate. Yes or no? Am I clear? Yes? Okay. Now coming to the interesting part. The interesting part is how I can access. Now see what is happening here. So we are creating a script. Script can be written anywhere or inside the head only I'll write. Script can be written anywhere. No issues at all. Okay. Now tell me what I'm doing. Button ID is equal to BTN rate. Okay. Submit button we have created. Now tell me what happened. Document dot get elements by name rate. Get element by name rate. Okay. So what is rates here? Rates. What is rates here? Rates is going to be an array. Rates is going to be an array which will accept this. Which will accept this. Yes or no? Which will accept this. Okay. Now what I'll do, I will say, okay, alert rates. So this one later on we will solve completely. For now, just understand what I am trying to do. Okay, save it. Okay, so what I'm getting here? Object node list. What I'm getting here? Object node list. So means you are accepting all the elements. You are accepting all the elements with rate. All the elements with rate. So how many elements are there with rate? 5 elements are there. How many elements are there? 5 elements are there. So now what you are getting? You are getting a list of elements. You are getting the list of elements. So for now you just leave it. So later on I'll give you the whole idea behind it. So for now we are trying to access multiple names. Multiple names. So what is the point that we are using? Get element by name. Get elements by name. So which name? This name. Previously what you did? Get element by ID. ID, only single one we have accepted. Now how many we are accepting? We are accepting a list of elements. We are accepting a list of elements. We are accepting what? List of elements. Yes or no? Okay. Now basically what happens is 0. Okay. Now for example, I'll reload it again. Okay. Right. So what I got? Very poor. You will select. Poor you will select. Okay you will select. Or good or very good you will select. And say submit. Yes or no? What will go to the server? What will go to the server? Very good is there. What will go to the server? Very good will go to the server. Yes or no? What will go to the server? Very good will go to the server. Very good. With that name it will go. Yes or no? But what is our idea here? We are accessing all these names. We are accessing all these names. Okay. So change button I did not delete. Understanding my point? Yes or no? So that is what the main idea here. Okay. So that is what the main idea. So simply run this. And now what I got here, see, rate of 0 means HTML, which element? Input element. HTML input element. So what is that? Input element only, no? What is the first element? Input element only. How many input elements are there in our HTML body? 5 input elements are there. Yes or no? 5 input elements are there. What you are accepting? You are accepting the document elements by name. By name. So what is the name of the element? Input element. All that will be carried out by a list. Carried out by a list. Yes or no? So that rates is exactly what? The rates is exactly the list. Rates is exactly the list. In each one, what you'll have? You will have an input element. So we'll have a complete application later. Okay. So now what that application is? Whatever you selected, that answer I will get. You have selected good, you have selected poor, you have selected okay. That answer I will get, but not now, because that needs more knowledge. Is my point clear? What all you understood? Get element by id. Now what you understood? Get element by name. Elements by name. Yes or no? What is the difference between element by id and elements by name? By id means only one you will pick up. Elements means multiple you will pick up. Yes, list. It will be stored as a list. Right? So complete application I'll show you. So what that application will be? When you click on good, you will say you have selected very good. You have selected good. If you select OK, it will give you answer. You selected OK, something like that. So that application is pending from my end. I'll show you. Okay. Is that clear? Okay. Next we will talk about get elements by tag name. Now tell me what is that telling you? What is that code telling you? Try to understand. First go to the body. What is body part containing? What is body part containing? You analyze the output. Heading 1 means JavaScript get element by tag name demo. You will get in the header 1. Next header 2, first heading you will get it. Next you will get all the paragraphs and the headings. Fine, super. Now coming to the script. What is script containing? What is script containing? Get elements by tag name. By you are extracting the elements by the help of the tag name. What is the tag name that you want to accept? You want to accept it by h2. You want to accept it by h2. Am I clear? What you want to accept it by? You want to accept it by which one? By h2. By h2. So you are going to accept all the elements with h2. How many are there? How many are there? 1, 2, and 3. Right? 1, 2, and 3. All that will go to where? H2. All the H2s are where they are storing? They are storing in the headings. They are storing in the headings. They are storing where? They are getting stored in the headings. Now headings, how many values it contains? It contains 3 values. Why it contains 3 values? First H2, second H2, and the third H2. Now I want to find its length. So headings dot length. Yes, you remember this backticks? What is this? Backticks. They are called as what? Backtick, right? Okay, now we will only copy this, but we will write the code. Okay, we'll write the code. So that is, you have to tell me. Yeah, tell me. So now tell me the code fast. Okay, 1 second. Let me take away all this. Yeah, letter. Can we take constant? We can take, no problem. Okay. So can we take let also? We can take constant also. We can take where also. Okay, right, no problem. Okay, constant headings equal to y document. Y document. Exactly. HTML file is nothing but a document. From the document only you are extracting all the things. No. So that is why you have to use what? Document. Very good. Dots. Which property I want to use? Which property I want to use? Get elements by tag name. Get element by tag name. So what I want to take? I want to take h2 tag. I want to consider h2 tag. Yes. Now I want to tell the browser how many h2 tags you have used. Okay. What I will say? Alert backticks. I'm using backticks so that my format is easy for understanding. Okay. Number of h2s are dollar what I can say HDS dot length. HDS dot length. So save this and go to the browser again. So what I got? The answer? Number of H2s are 3. Why did I get that answer? You are extracting the elements by the tag name. ID, okay. By class name, I mean by name, okay. You can get it by class name also, like ID, class name also you can get it. Okay, that you can try later. Okay, getting my point? Now, what we have got it? Get elements by tag name, p tag. Okay, I can get the p tag. I can do multiple changes also. I can do multiple changes also. Yes, okay, right. So that is how you can go. I'll give you the document, don't worry. I'll give you this document so you can. So get elements by class name. So class name I told you, right? It is simple. So how you can say by the class name. So what is the class name here? Header tag. By class name is header tag. Okay, that is not tough because already you have ID. ID is similar to class. The most important one among all of them is query selector and query selector all methods or all properties. Okay, you can say. Okay, now let's go for the code directly. Now let me ask you, what are you understanding? Script is the only thing that you won't understand basically. All the other things you will understand. Now tell me, what is this line telling you? What is that line telling you? Exactly, you are applying CSS, that is border. What is 1 pixel solid black? 1 pixel is the thickness, solid is the style, black is the color. It is as simple as. Very good. Okay, then H2 class example, right? So you are having H2 and P elements, and again one more P element. Now on click, when you try it, who is called? Who is called? Who is called? When you are saying try it, who is called? Come on, guys. When you are saying try it, who is called? My function is called, no? Who is called? My. Now we will convert that normal my function into arrow function. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, now what is my function doing? Tell me. What is my function doing? My function is having code which will get the element by ID. Okay, what is the element? My div and stores in X. Now we are writing a query selector here. What is this query selector, sir? Now see how many classes are there here. H2 is having the same class. P is having the same class. Yes or no? Just now I told you we can do multiple lines of changes. I told you or not? Okay. Now when you are using query selector dot example, dot means the class. Dot means the class. Dot means class. Hash means ID. Remember that? Okay. When you are saying x dot query selector dot example, what you are selecting? You are selecting all the elements. You are selecting all the elements with example. All the elements with example. Yes or no? Okay. But the problem with query selector is it will select only the first one. It will select only the first one. So query selector all, okay, query selector all will give you specification also. First one, second one, third one. So query selector means all of them will be selected. Query selector means all of them will be selected. But query selector all will say, I can go individually also. I can go individually also. That's the major difference. That's the major difference. Okay. Now let's create them. Now what I told you, first thing is I want to change this into which function? Arrow function. I want to change this into which function? Arrow function. Okay. I will not do anything to this, but what I will do is I will create a different script. Now go for the arrow function. Now tell me, how can I create the arrow function which can get the ID by my div? I want to get the element by ID my div. Tell me. I'm not asking you query selector. Now create a function. Create a function. Constant. Okay, x is equal to bracket open arrow function. Next, let x is equal to, so minimize the use of x. I mean let. So constant md is equal to md is equal. I want to get the my div. Document dot, very good, get element by id. In the bracket what you should have? My div. Yes. Okay. Right. Okay. Then now going for the query selector. Now going for what? Query selector. Why, sir? Because these examples are there where? Inside the div only, no? Inside the div. Okay. Now what I'll say? Md dot query selector. First one query selector, then selector all will go. Okay. What I should have? Dot example. Why, sir? Dot example? Because we have a class. We have a class. Okay. Right. Dot inner HTML is equal to hello UM box. Right? Okay. Now tell me what I should replace this as. What I should replace this line number 20. Function name is the old story. Now all my function is assigned to whom? Is assigned to x. So what I should write here? X. It is as okay. Right. Now let me save this. Okay. And go for the example. Okay. Now what I got? Heading with classical example, all the story. Now tell me what happened. Who is changed? Who is changed? Hello DOM boss is changed. Did the other things change? So now this is also a paragraph, something is there. Is this change? This is also having example, no? Did that change? I told you or not? Did that change? I told you first one will get changed. Only the first one is changing or not? Yes or no? Only the first one is changing? Yes or no? Okay. Then how can I change everything, sir? Only first one is changing. But this is also having example only. This is also having example only. But only the first one is getting changed. Only the first one is getting changed. But I want all of them to be changed. All of them to be changed. So what I can say? All, I will say 0 dot inner HTML and 1. How many elements are there? That many I can. Okay, so save it. Now both are changed. Both are changed or not? Why? Because we used query selector all. You select all of them, but all of them you select and keep it in a serial order. First serial order is 0. Second serial order is 1. If third is there, 3, 4, 5 and all. Yes? Sir, why not changing? This is like P, no? What is this? This is P. How P will change? P will not change. Only the things will change with class example. With class example. What is the difference between query selector and query selector all? Query selector will only change the first one. Will only change the first one. What about query selector all? It has the way to change all of them. Change all of them by using what? By using array. By using like array. 0 will contain the first one. 1 will contain the second one. See, 5 examples are there. 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. If 10 examples are there, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 9. Understanding my point? So in this way, we can manipulate. What we are doing here? Manipulations. Yes or no? With the help of inner HTML. I also have examples of inner text. That also you can check. Okay. Most of the time, we'll use inner HTML. Okay. But when you go to React.js, again, these will be minimized. We never see that inner HTML and all those things. But the basics are the same. Basics will be the same. Yes. Am I clear? So this is the way that you are going to work with the DOM. So this is only beginning. Now you will have events like on click, on submit, like that you will have some events. So you'll also have to work with the events, right? But DOM, this is a foundation. And what are the most used in the industry, sir? Query selector and query selector all. These are the most, and ID also. Get element by ID also. Other things not very much useful. Get element by ID, query selector and the query selector all are the most useful properties. So you please concentrate more on them. Yes. So from tomorrow our class will be 2 o'clock only. Okay. So we'll be meeting here 2 o'clock only. Okay. If there is any change, I'll let you know. Okay. No confusion now. Okay. Okay. Hopefully everyone understood. So I will put this document also and I will put this recording also. Okay, as soon as possible. Okay, thank you. Yeah, online people, anyone having any doubts, any questions? Okay, thank you. Thank you.